Hey everyone, I'm back with our next at-home workout series. This one is to help you keep your grip strength strong even when you don't have access to a pull-up bar or a trapeze or a hoop. You're going to need a few pieces of equipment to get through this workout. The first one is a broom handle or a dowel or stick, something similar in diameter to a trapeze that you're used to doing your pull-ups on. The second one we're going to need is a couple of books. These are hardcover books, so they're a little bit heavier, and they're about an inch thick. And the last thing we will be using is some elastic bands. I don't know how well you can see these, but these are the same elastic bands that come on broccoli when you buy them at the grocery store. If you are not a fan of broccoli, you can absolutely use a regular elastic band or a hair tie. You just may have to rotate it and put it around your fingers a few times to get the same amount of tension. All right, so we have 6 exercises coming up. I'll demonstrate each one, and then you're going to try to do 30 seconds of each exercise 3 times through. Here we go. For our first exercise, you actually need no equipment. What you're going to do is you're going to face one palm down and one palm up, and you're going to bend at your first knuckles, and you're going to pull your hands away from each other, putting pressure into those knuckles. We want to make sure we do this on both sides. And the reason for this is when I turn my hand down, I'm actually internally rotating at my shoulder. When I turn my hand up, I'm helping externally rotate a little bit at that shoulder. So we just want to make sure that we do both sides to keep our shoulders and our hands balanced. This next exercise needs no equipment. You are going to turn your palms to the ceiling, flexing at your wrists, and put your hands flat on the ground. You're going to straighten out your elbows, and you want the pits of your elbows facing forward. Once you're here, keeping those elbows locked out, you're going to squeeze your hands into as tight a ball as you can, and then release. Hold that squeeze for a second or two at the top before you release. For this next exercise, we're going to use our 2 hardcover books. You want them to be between 1 inch and 2 inches thick to work your grip. You are going to hold on to the edges of the book with your fingertips, and then I want you to squeeze your thumb and your fingertips as hard together as you can. Once you're in that position, you're going to keep your arms straight and try to lift your arms just above shoulder height and back down again. You'll be repeating this action for 30 seconds. For our next exercise, we are going to use those elastics that we talked about earlier. If you have 2 elastics, you can absolutely work both hands at the same time. If you only have 1 elastic, you'll do 30 seconds on one hand, then 30 seconds on the other. You're going to take that elastic and you're going to wrap it around the tips of your fingers as well as your thumb. And then we're going to slowly expand the fingers and bring them back in together. Also slowly. The elastic is going to want to bring those fingers together fast. We don't want to let that happen. We want to use the muscles in our hands and forearms to resist that nice and slowly. You'll start to feel it in the forearm muscles because they are part of what helps control the hand. Okay. For our next exercise, we are going to use our stick or our dowel. This is the handle of a short broom. Works perfectly well. Holding on to your stick or your dowel at about shoulder width, the first action I want you to do is roll your knuckles towards the ground and squeeze onto that bar as tight as you can. Once we're in this position, I want you to imagine you're trying to break the bar in half towards the ceiling. So we grab on, we rotate our knuckles down to the ground, we squeeze as hard as we can, and so it feels like I'm pushing up through my thumbs and down through my pinky fingers. Keeping all of this tension in place, You're going to bring that bar down to your lap and slowly send it up over your head and back down again. For this next exercise, all you will need is a wall. We are going to be doing a plank against the wall with our feet about 3 to 4 feet away from the wall. I want you to start with your arms straight, a little higher than your head, and instead of being on our palms, we're going to be on our fingertips for this one, okay? And as we move our hands, I want your fingers always facing the outside of the circle. So you'll see as I rotate, my fingers are always the furthest away from me. So I'm about 3 to 4 feet away. I lean in, hollow body, and pushing into the wall, bringing my hands all the way down. And then all the way back up again. So you'll complete as many of those circles as you can in each of your 30-second rounds. So now you've seen all of our grip and forearm exercises. You're going to try to run through 30 seconds of each of them 3 times. If that doesn't feel like enough, I have a little challenge for you. We're going to take that fingertip grip we did on the wall, and we're going to bring it down to the ground. I'm going to give you one of 2 challenges. I either want you to try for a 30-second plank on your fingertips, like so. If that seems too easy for you, let's turn those in to 30 seconds of push-ups on those fingers. All right, you guys, let's stay strong. We'll be back in the air before you know it.